Hi, everybody. This is Philip. Thank you. Folks, I just got off YouTube here about 10 minutes ago. I did a review of Pet Smart. And I did some other things in that video with a Pedigree ground dinner for, it's for smaller dogs. So here we go. Now, my dog Abby is a Pomeranian and Terrier mix. Her weight sticks around 6.8 to 7.3 pounds, which for her, now she's 13, um, she's being a little shy, so I was going to bring her up on the video and show you, but she is a small dog. The reason that the vet and I are holding her at that weight is because she is old. She's 13. She'll be 13 next month on the 6th. And for an older dog, it's better to keep that weight down instead of even in a small dog, because if you get that more weight, the body has to work harder, the heart has to work harder, the lungs, everything has to work twice as hard. So if you keep your small dog's weight down, and this is a disclosure, make sure that you check with your vet before you try another dog food. Okay? Please check with your vet before you change your dog food. Okay, that was just the disclaimer. So, first one. This is what's called meaty ground dinner with slow cooked beef. And these weigh out at net weight is 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. And crude protein is 8.0%, crude fat 6.0%, and crude fiber is 1%. Moisture max is 28.0%, and vitamin E is 25 IU or kilograms. And again, that is the meaty ground dinner with slow cooked beef. Now, I get this in the 18 pack. It runs around $9.98 at Walmart. Excuse me, 99 cents. And if you get it at PetSmart, it's 5 cents cheaper. And this one is the beef, bacon, and cheese flavor. Show you here. And it's about the same in, let's see, 6.78. Yeah, so everything is the same as it was on the slow cooked beef. So with this, its crude protein is 8.0%, crude fat 6.0%, crude fiber max 1.0%, moisture max is 78.0%, vitamin E minimum is 25 UI or kilograms. And again, this is the beef, bacon, and cheese flavor. Now, let's get into this one. This one is the meaty ground dinner with hearty chicken. And we're going to go over here and check on the guaranteed analysis. And again, this is the same as the first two that I did. Crude protein, minimum 8.0%. Crude fat, minimum 6.0%. Crude fiber, max 1.0%. Yep, it's the same. And moisture max is 78.0%. Vitamin E minimum is 25 IU kilograms. And I'm just looking here at what's this. It's got all of this stuff in here. Vitamin E supplement, biotin D calcium. Some of this I couldn't even pronounce. But again, now my dog Abby has been using this now for about a year. Let me see something. Be right there, folks. Let's see, where are you? Okay, I was looking for some other dog food that I had for her, and she just would not touch that stuff. And once she's gotten on here, onto this, the pedigree ground, or chopped, excuse me, she loves it. When she's done, she even licks the bowl every single time. Oh, and there's one that I don't have that she goes through pretty fast is the bacon and cheese. Um, that she really loves. But now, if you're wondering, do I feed her a full pack? No. And as I said earlier in the video, check with your vet before you change your pet's dog food. Okay, either the, uh, the chopped or the hard stuff. Now again, now Abby has the swollen trachea, which is starting to shrink. And when I went to the vet, we talked quite extensively on dry dog food and the chopped, or something that's easy to chew. And she said it's better to have a moist food like the chopped, the pedigree, because when that hard food goes down, what it does is it aggravates the trachea. And what happens after that? You're right. It starts to shrink. Now, Abby, in the last week or so, has started to have that problem. And I think I've got that worked out because of the heat. I take her out when it's hot like this. It's currently like 81 degrees out right now. And we're looking for a high of 105 to 107. But I only take her out for no more than 5 minutes so she can do her thing, and then we'd come right back in. So let's get back into the trachea for your dog. Using the wet food. Using the wet food will take care in some ways. It's not going to end because there is no antidote or anything that will stop that trachea from shrinking. So what do? You've got to, if you love your dog as much as I love Abby, you'll do anything and everything that you can to make whatever life she's got left. So again, I went to the vet. I asked her the difference between the dry dog food and the wet. And then, of course, I brought up the trachea problem. And she agreed with me, because when I asked her, would you do you prefer the dry or do you prefer the wet when you have a dog that has the trachea problem? And she said wet. So it's kind of it's literally, I don't mean to sound goofy, but it's a mix. If you take care of your dog. Now again, I'm not telling you what food to give your dog. Okay? I'm going on 1 year's experience with my dog Abby. When I got her, she was such a mess. She had been hit on the head, and because of that, she has seizures because of the medication that I've got her on. She's only had one small seizure, which was basically a blackout. It lasted for maybe a minute, maybe two. That's going to be another video. But back to feeding your pet. If you're going to do anything and everything you can for your pet, for your dog, we're working on dogs, no cats. I love cats. I've had cats, but I'm a dog person. You've got to remember what you feed your dog. And if your dog has the trachea problem, talk to your vet. Ask her, is dry food better or is wet food better for the trachea problem? And I'm kind of wondering, I'm kind of thinking that they're going to see it's better to use wet. And here's another thought. After I feel, stop. Okay, I feed her half in the morning, basically at 6 in the morning. I feed her half at 11, and then I feed her another half at 4. 3 times a day. And as I said, her weight is perfect. It fluctuates slightly, basically between a 6.8 and a 7.2. And that's not bad for that little dog. I know that there's some owners that overfeed their dog. He or she is your pet. And I've seen some overweight little dogs. And it's just not right to overfeed your pet. It's harder on your pet with the heart, with the lungs, everything. If your pet's overfed or obese, your dog's going to pass away a lot sooner. If you want your dog around, I mean, I'm going to be heartbroken when Abby passes. But you know something? I know for a fact that Abby's going, when she passes, she's going to be healthy. Her weight's going to be perfect. And I'm going to try for another year. I'm going to do everything I can to keep her going. But remember, watch your dog's weight and make sure that you get advice from a veterinarian or the veterinarian that you have chosen for your dog. But again, obese dogs, I'm sorry, but it's not right. Well, I'm coming up on 14 minutes and 20 seconds. All right, guys. Stand by for another video, and I'm going to give you some advice on seizure medication. All right, that's it for me. Again, thank you so much for tuning in live to my Facebook channel, and I'll see you here in a few minutes.